our town hall meeting that was planned for Western Kentucky, the building where we were supposed to, who was hosting us, gave us a call several days beforehand and said, our facility is flooded, you're going to have to find another facility. And what we didn't want was the deaf and hard of hearing community hearing people to worry about coming to a town hall meeting when they were actually trying to take care of their own family situations with the floods and the like. So we decided that they could take care of family for now, and then we'll return to that area at a later date. So in fact, you are our first town hall meeting, even though you are our second scheduled one. I was talking just recently with Debbie Carr, and on occasion things would come up that she said our community really needs the commission here. And we have a number of things that we're going to talk about that are important to the community. Now, my presentation is not going to be that important, but we will be talking about some issues related to the Code of Ethics. I think it's important for the deaf and hard of hearing community to understand what the Interpreter Code of Ethics means. And that's one portion of our presentation. But the other part of our presentation will be what's important to you in this community. And then hopefully we'll be able to share with you some potential solutions to those issues that you bring forward that are in this location. I would like to introduce some staff individuals. I was hoping that a number of people could come, but unfortunately not everyone could. We had one individual who had a house closing, one who's pregnant, who should be delivering. We have bets on when this child's going to be delivering. One whose father's in the hospital, another member who has just bought a second house. And so we have a number of things on our plates. And so it will just be the two of us for this evening for the commission. So I want to give a big shout out. I couldn't do this alone. I want to give a big shout out to Rachel Morgan for helping to get the food and refreshments taken care of this evening. If you want any additional refreshments, feel free to go over at any time during the meeting and help yourselves. This is an open forum, it's an open meeting. Feel free to move about as necessary. Rachel, would you mind introducing yourself? I'm Rachel Morgan, and I live in Frankfort, Kentucky. I am the executive staff interpreter for the Commission for Deaf and Hard of Hearing. And that's what Virginia adds, that's not all you do. No, that's not all I do. I'm also the fiscal officer, and I'm the human resource officer, and I assist with a multitude of projects related to interpreting issues and the TAP program, and I work closely with Virginia Moore on budgets, and it's pointed out by the audience member that I help. If you can't find phones, your TTY phones or your cell phones, I'll help you find those. So yeah. And Virginia said, "Wow, there's a great deal that she does." And I want you to know that she left hers in her office. Yes. That we'll be discussing interpreting issues as well. She just was recently appointed as the Kentucky Board of Interpreters. She was just recently selected to serve on that. With all of her job duties, I can't imagine her being able to handle that. But the governor reeled her in real hard to be on that board, so I appreciate that. So that she can see what's happening on the legislative level, on the regional level, and on the state level. So I'm really proud that you're on that board. Thank you, Rachel says. Virginia, as we are very fortunate that our state used to be with Sprint Relay, as you recall, for our the Kcdhh program, for their internet, for our relay, TTY, 711, etc., all of those relay services that we used to have at one time. But we lost Hamilton some time back. And we cried here at the commission, not that Sprint was bad, I don't mean that by any means, but Hamilton was just a great partner with us, and it was just extremely good partnership. I'm happy to say that Hamilton is back. They won the bid. So we have Clinton Taylor with us this evening, and he'll be talking with us a little bit about what Hamilton services can be provided for all of you. And I'll let you know that Hamilton will be be a sponsor for the Kcdhh Festival. So we appreciate them coming back to Kentucky, sponsoring us, and supporting us in this way, in any ways that they can. So we appreciate that. So would you like to say a few words?
All right, well, good evening. I definitely want to thank you guys for the opportunity to speak and kind of intrude on the town hall meeting, but what I have to share is definitely related and certainly pertinent information. As Ms. Virginia shared with you, Hamilton did win the Kentucky bid, and so I am the Kentucky representative. My specific title is Kentucky Outreach Coordinator for Traditional Relay Service, as well as Ccdhh service. I am actually based in Nashville, Tennessee. However, I am an honorary resident of Kentucky now, thanks to our partnership with the Kentucky Commission of the Deaf and Hard of Hearing. So what I'll discuss with you just very briefly is 711, right? So we're all here familiar with 711? Awesome, okay. Well, just to reiterate, because we do want you sharing this information with other people who could benefit from it. Speech-to-speech is an option for any person who has difficulty speaking over a standard telephone device. There are options through 711 to enjoy conversations again. And of course, hearing carryover and voice carryover are all options for people who have any difficulty using a standard telephone. And last but not least, captioned telephone works just like captioned TV, in that it allows a person to read what the other person is saying on the phone if they're hard of hearing. Now again, what's great about Ccdhh is that it does not require that you call 711, so it kind of promotes a little bit more independence. However, it does serve the same overall function, which is to allow people who can't use a standard telephone the option to communicate with specialized equipment. So I did bring a couple of brochures with me, and I'll stay after the meeting to talk to anyone who may want a little bit more information about it. But until then, again, thank you so much for having me, and I'll turn it over to Ms. Virginia. Excuse me.